truth. The truth. The truth. That's the line. The truth. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
What is up, YouTube? It's your boy The Truth back at it with a brand new video. And today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind for a while. It is the normalization of wearing $1,000 shoes. Now, this is not normal. People should not be walking around wearing shoes worth $1,000 and up. The flex culture is just out of hand, and little kids should not be seeing people wearing $1,000 sneakers and thinking, I want those. If their parents aren't making a ton of money, it's just ridiculous for them to think they should be able to get those shoes. So in this video, I am going to drop my thoughts about that. I'm also going to tell you why this argument doesn't apply to some people. I'm also going to show you some shoes I have that are worth over $1,000 and I'm never going to wear. So first off, because I am the truth, I'm going to tell you the truth. I thought about both sides of this argument, and there are a couple people who this does not apply to. If you are a millionaire, maybe your parents are millionaires, maybe you're just well off, you drive maybe $100,000 car or up, maybe spending $1,000 just really ain't anything to you, then this argument does not apply to you. Another person this does not apply to, if you got your shoes for retail and then the value of the shoes went up to over $1,000, then I could kind of understand how you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna rock these shoes. I paid retail, not resale for them. There is one last type of person I thought about that maybe this does not apply to. I'm talking about the dude who just loves that sneaker so much he had to have it. I still feel like if you don't have the money like that, you probably shouldn't buy the sneaker, but you know what, we can make a little bit of an exception if you're just like a huge sneakerhead or you just love the shoe, you didn't hit it for retail, and your life's goal was to get this shoe. Maybe it's your grail. I can kind of understand, but then again, like I said, not everyone has money like that. In fact, most of us don't, so I do kind of think it's ridiculous to pay those prices. A good way to offset this, though, is if you hit a shoe for retail that went way up in price and it's still dead stock, and you sell it and then use that money to buy one of your grails, that's a good way to offset the cost and kind of justify the cost to yourself. But what got me thinking about this is I was at a restaurant and I saw someone wearing Union 4s, which at the time I think were worth around $800, and I couldn't understand why this dude was wearing these shoes. Like, if I'm just running out to the door to get some food real quick, I'm not throwing on $800 shoes. 9 out of 10 times I'm wearing Air Max that cost me less than $150, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Yes, I have heat at home, but I just never feel the need to like really wear it or floss it unless I'm doing something special. Later on, I was at a Nike store and I saw a dude wearing some Travis Scott Fragment lows, and they were beat to shit, and I just couldn't believe this dude was just beating up $1,500 shoes. My first thought was, damn, they must be reps, but contrary to what rep believers think, nobody's gonna roll up on the dude and press him or question him or stare at his shoes, because you know what? It's not that big a deal. I just couldn't believe he had Travis Scott's beat up. Obviously, in America, there is a huge wealth divide, and a lot of people are just normal people making $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year, and wearing $1,000 shoes is just kind of unrealistic. It shouldn't be common. It shouldn't be normalized. And it might just be me, but when I see people doing this, I often wonder how much money they actually make. Do they own a house? Maybe they live in a little apartment and don't have any money, but they're wearing $1,000 shoes. I mean, these thoughts run through my head, and then I get the thought that you might be thinking, yes, I shouldn't be pocket watching anyone else and how they spend their money shouldn't be any of my business. And also, maybe people don't have money but wear $1,000 shoes and just don't give a shit. And to those people, I actually applaud you because I could never do that. So I'm going to show you guys some of my shoes that are worth a lot of money. And this is not a flex. I'm not trying to show off because I'm never going to wear these shoes unless I win the lottery or something happens. Like, I just feel like $1,000 is way too much for me to be flexing. Another thing, I have a lot of shoes. Like a ton of shoes. So if I'm going to unds a pair, I really think about it. I think, do I really like this shoe? Do I really need this shoe? And often, there's a lot of times I get a shoe, I put it in my closet, and that's enough. I never even need to wear it. A year or 2 years down the line, I end up selling it without ever wearing it. And it's just kind of like, I like that rush of getting the shoe, getting that got 'em on sneakers, winning on the FLX app. It's just kind of fun for me. And sometimes after I have the shoe in hand, I don't even need to wear it. And I mean, look, this is my collection of Air Max. Now this is just my Air Maxes. Obviously I have Dunks, I have Jordans, I have other shoes. This is just my Air Maxes. All right, I'm gonna film this on my iPhone. Hopefully this works out. But as you can see, I still have the original packaging for these 2 pairs of shoes. Still have the original receipts. The yellowing. So you can tell what these are. I hit a pair for retail, $130. My girl hit a pair for retail. And Travis Scott won Lowe's, the original mochas. So these were 130 bucks. I can't even tell you how much they were when they first dropped, but I know they're closing in on $2,000 these days. So do I like these shoes? Yes. I think these shoes are cool. I like them. I thought about wearing them. I just never did it. And now that they're worth so much money, I can't get myself to wear them. So you know what these are. I shouldn't even have to tell you, but I paid resale for these. Didn't hit any at retail. I really like this shoe. In fact, this is my favorite Travis Scott shoe. Out of everything he's ever done, this is definitely my favorite. I was gonna wear a pair, never did. Figured I would sell one of the mochas to kind of justify it, paying $1,500 for these. And then I could offset the costs, but I'm probably never gonna wear these. So I don't often pay resale, but when I do, I usually buy 2 pairs. The reason I buy 2 pairs usually is because I could hold on to them, I could save one to wear, and then I could sell one. Y'all can see what these are. So these are DS, of course. I'm not gonna ever wear these, but if I did wear one, I could then sell one, use that money that I made to offset the cost of the price of paying resale. The last pair I'm gonna show you is an off-white pair. This is probably my favorite off-white sneaker. Not gonna lie, I really like this sneaker. So I did pay resale for it. There you can see the Jordan 5 off-white. I think they're worth around $1,200 now, but you know, I just don't think I could wear them. It's just too expensive. I do love this shoe. I like having it in my collection. And you know what? That might be enough. I don't know if I'll ever need to actually wear these. Now, the reason why I showed you guys this was not to flex. In fact, it was actually just the opposite. It was to show you that I would feel kind of weird wearing any of these pairs of shoes because they cost so much money. So I just can't understand why some people do it. If you feel differently, let me know in the comments. Also, if you might be wondering why I used prices from GOAT, if you think I was trying to flex because GOAT's prices are a little more than StockX. Nope. I noticed that most influencers talk shit about StockX. So if you talk shit about StockX, why are you using it when pricing shoes out on your videos? Let's start normalizing using other apps like GOAT. If you talk shit about StockX, don't refer to them when you're pricing your value of your shoes. That is one challenge. Another challenge to sneaker creators, influencers, if any of them are watching, which I doubt, but if one is watching, I challenge you on your next video or your next SneakerCon event, your next visit to got sole. How about wearing some like GRs that are like 300 and under? So the little kids that watch your channel can actually get shoes that you're wearing. I feel like that's a great message to get out there to these creators, to these influencers. It's just too bad my channel isn't big enough to actually reach most of them. But that is another story. This has been your boy The Truth, aka Paul Pierce, aka George Washington, telling you why $1,000 shoes are just not realistic for most people. But some people, it's okay for you guys to wear them. And I'm out.